How's it going, fish heads? We're on the beaches again. Storm beaches. We're after flatfish of any description, size. Don't care, turbot, plaice, flounder, stabs. Also sea trout and salmon. If you saw in my last video, I got a lovely little salmon. So that's a new one to add to the species list. If you haven't seen it, check it out. The baits are going to be belly strip of mackerel and frozen lugworm, blow lug. And the rig is going to be an up and over with some links and stuff that I made myself out of 1mm stainless spring steel starlight. Then just the usual up and over thing, more clips I made. Then down to the hook length, it's just about 50 centimeters of 30-pound fluoro, size 1 demon circle, another nightlight or starlight, a blue one, you can't see it in this colour, in this light, and then some beads and a little teaser up the top there. That's it. The rod, 10.5 foot spinning rod, small, I think it's 4,000 size spinning reel, 4,000, 5,000. And yeah, that's about it. And yeah, so what we're doing here is we're kind of drift fishing from the shore, kind of, if you want, because we don't have a boat. So we're going to cast it out and we're going to retrieve it slowly and stop it and do many different types of things until we catch a damn fish. That's what we're going to do. So let's get at it. It's not very often I get this kind of weather here, and soon the freeze is going to come and the fish is going to come to an end here anyway, so I better get what I can while I can. Yeah, there we go there. So we just take a strip of mackerel. It doesn't have to be too long, it doesn't have to be too short, just whatever you fancy there yourself, you know. Well, like a little bit of movement anyway. So that will do. I just have it on this board for now, so for demonstration purposes. And then I have me old lugworm there, me frozen lugworm. I'm going to take the tail off him. They're very tough, so they'll do fine when I cast them. So I'm just going to put them on the hook together there. Come here, hook. Right. So it's a little circle. Little circle. Just get the two of them through it like that. Now I'm going to put a little bit of elastic on that now. Latex elastic as usual. We have to look after our creatures in the sea, not be polluting the place with nylon. I get it in big spools and then I put it on little spools, just a little bit. If I'm just doing a bit of fishing like this, I just put a little bit on, and then when I'm fishing for, like ground bait with 2 rods, I just leave it on the big spool. I only need a little bit for this, you know. We're not working very hard. We're not doing this for all day either. It's just for a few hours before it gets dark. Something quick and easy to get you out on the beach if you don't have the time. And also trying to make fishing for flounder more fun, because really, I mean, they don't taste good, so you have to make it more interesting. I do anyway. No, a lot of people love flounder fishing, and I don't hold that against them. So that's that. I'm going to trim that up a little bit. It's important that the hook has its gape. It's how it works. So you just trim that off there. And that'll be that. Lovely. Then we hang it on the up and over and get ready to cast. It's important that these rigs aren't too long or they will tangle. And put the bait on the outside of the clip, if you see what I mean. That's it there. Job done. So it's 22-pound 8-strand braid. There is a 30-pound fluoro rubbing leader on it. It doesn't come onto the reels. It's just for abrasive purposes, and that's it. 60 gram lead weight, and that's your lot. That's all we need. It's important to say that if the rubber leader comes into the rod, don't wind it past the first 3 eyes or you'll get wind knots. So just a little chuck just to begin with. Splush! There she goes. Look at the boys. Wonder what they are. There's a lot of them. They're black. Sea crows. Now the thing is, right, you just do this, right, and when you feel the fish hit it, then you just stop and sit on your hands for a while and let him get that bait into his mouth. The worms and the mackerel, they're just floppy and everything else. He'll just suck that into his mouth, no problem. So it shouldn't take too long. Whereas if it was on a hook or something, they struggle to get it into their faces more. And it's about 12 o'clock in the day. Not that you can tell because it's so overcast. We're getting a bit of a bite on it. I said we're getting a bit of a bite on it. There you go. A bit of a bite anyway. This way, it's not that. I didn't say anything, shut up. So I stopped moving it for a while because I found a little trough or whatever. So I left it in there. Well, must have been a crab because it doesn't feel like there's anything there anyway. Then there's this tarbot the size of a 50p piece or whatever. So we cast it out again. So we'll bang it out a little bit further this time. Nice. Don't know if you saw it or not. Well, feels like there's a bit of a current run today, which is really nice. So we might actually get some fish. Let's go for a little walk. Just found a ray egg, but there's none of them around here for some reason. I know what the reason is. They murdered them out. In the winter time, these beaches become so cold that they're completely sterile, no life in them whatsoever. You can put a bait out there for an hour, no matter where you put it, out far, in close, doesn't matter. Come back exactly the way you put it out, and you can do that for a whole night. Not a shrimp, not a crab, nothing. That's how cold it is. Sometimes when the waves wash up on the beach, it will freeze. Yes, mind blown. So taking in, there's a bit of weight on it, but I think the rig is just tangled. Yeah. Be great if there's a fish, but I'm pretty sure I could feel it, even a small one. As I was saying, the bait's still there. So we'll give it one more chuck with this bait and then we'll change it up. Back out it goes again. I'm gonna take my hood down. I can't cast with the hood on. I don't know why. So I'm just gonna move it a little bit to get what might be in the area's attention, maybe. And then every couple of minutes I'm gonna move it a little bit. Move it in and move it in and move it in and move it in and move it in. And then when it's past that point, I think, where there might be some flatfish, I'm going to start moving it more so maybe a sea trout or something else can see it and pick it up as well. I think we might be into something. Pretty sure we are. I think it's come off anyway. It's probably just a crab. I'm going to rebait it and we'll head on up the way. So, I'm just going to move up here That's the benefit of fishing this way, is to be able to move all the time. Don't know if you can see it, but out there looks to be some oil or something in the water, or maybe who knows what it is. But we're going to cast over there and we'll see what happens. Bang on the money. It's quite deep there. That's interesting. There's quite a piece, there's quite a bit of current. But see those still pieces there, quite a lot in the summer when I'm fishing for mackerel and that. And it's usually like some herring fry or something like that that's been milled out of it by something, and it's causing all that slick there. I don't know what that is now, but you can only hope, right? Well, we'll recast it. Out it goes again. Gotta put some heat on this one. See if I didn't even see it land, it went that far. See if a bit of distance can help the situation any. Like I said, just move it a bit to get any Flatosauruses' attention. It'd be so fantastic to get a decent flatfish on this setup. I'm sure big flounder fights, I'm sure they do. So we're gonna find out, we're gonna find out. Good enough. So, I think my resistance has paid off. I think we're into a fish now. Yep, we are into a fish. It's come off! Damn it! So, this at least shows there's a fish here anyway. As hard as I work for the damn things. And he snatched me bait. We put it back out. So we cast it out again. See if we can pick up one of his brothers. So, I just came up with a cool idea. Might save myself a bit of effort and time. So why don't I just like put the elastic on it before I put it on the hook? And that would be the same thing, wouldn't it? So we give that a lash anyway. Let's do a passage here where the hook can go in, right? And then that's that. I think. A couple of half hitches on it. That should do the job nicely. Trim off the excess. Then I just put that on when it comes back in. And we're good. I think. Just don't clip the elastic, obviously. Having that bit. Yeah. So I think that'd be the business. Just cut off that bit. No scent in the tail really anyway. So there you go. Look at mackerel. So we're getting a bite there. Haha, success. Yeah. Yeah. You can let him do his thing for a minute. Fish. So I think we got a fish now. Pretty sure we do, yeah. Flounder by all accounts, I'd say. But it's welcome nonetheless. It's putting a bend in the rod at least. If it's a decent flounder, I'm gonna icky it. Just for experience, and I know somebody wants to eat it. What we got? We got a little dab. Yeah, nice. There you go. That's Dindins. It's big enough to keep. We're going to stay here for a while then, if we're getting dabs. So, nice dab, a nice dab. Yeah. Nice. So we get him off. And so in the interest of sportsmanship, I'm actually going to let this dab go. He was very easily unhooked because of the circle. So we're going to bait up again and we're going to get it back out there. That was a nice little dab. I think I'm just going to put them all back today. Because it's all about where sport is. It's not about dinner time. No? Sure, if I catch a few, there's not going to be very many, so if I catch a flounder, I'm just going to let everything go. So I'll probably hear it when I get home. So I'm going to cast it out to the same roughly spot, see if we get another one. That was quite a nice little dab actually. They do taste really good, but can't keep everything after all. We'll get out here, get a little extra distance, whatever I can get. That might help the situation. It's not the big flounder I wanted. What is a dab anyway? It's a fish, and it's part of the slam in the face with a wet cod, as I like to say. So we'll fish on, and we see what happens. The lad's doing his job. Whether or not there's more dabs or flounder out there, we'll find out. And I can see the rod tips moving very slightly as the lead is rolling into the hole where they picked up the dab in the first place. That's the thing. There's not much of a tide. So if you lash out a 5 ounce, 6 ounce lead, it's not going anywhere, nowhere, except where it lands. And that's it. You're not going to find any fish. If you're lucky enough to land where there is a fish, well then happy days. But generally you're not. So let the leads do the work for you most of the time. Circle hooks are brilliant. I have not killed unintentionally a fish this entire year. Not one. Okay, they don't work on every fish, I don't think. So fish heads, one dab of light tackle. Not great, not bad either. Proves a point anyway that you can fish this way if you got the right terminal tackle anyway. So if you like it, and don't forget, fish on, brothers. I'll see you on the beach. Bye. Nice.